Welcome to the dish, Soapdish version, bold and beautiful. Hello, Terry Knight, my co-host.
Hi, Mark Taylor. How are ya?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Well, I sound better than you do. You're a little congested.
I'm still congested, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trying to shake that off.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot to cover because
we do.
We have not talked for a few weeks. Podcasted for a few weeks. Yeah.
Hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, since before Christmas. Yeah.
Oof,
yeah.
Man.
All right, let's get into it. My favorite soap opera.
Okay.
All right, so Terry, last time we podcasted, Brooke and Taylor that's where we kind of left off. Brooke and Taylor had come together as friends, I guess. Allies, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
They told Ridge together that they chose themselves. And I don't know. It looks to me like Ridge has kind of been floundering ever since. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah. I think so. But I love the storyline. I hope they don't play with it too much. We'll see. Yeah, I liked it. I loved that they were having cake together. And when Steffi and Hope were just shocked and then rejoiced as well. It was nice. It was good. But we'll see what happens. Yes, he has been floundering, but this week was also kind of interesting with a couple of other things that you've got on your agenda.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it starts with the Forrester clan got together at Christmas time. And I'm trying to think of Charlie, my favorite security guy, was present, cooking the meals, etc.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then him and it's Steffi's sister,
Pam.
Yeah, Pam. So Pam and Charlie end up holding up a mistletoe, and Ridge ends up kissing Brooke under the mistletoe. And I'm like, oh no, really?
Yeah. I know. I thought the same thing. Like, oh, God. Okay.
Let's not do that again.
We'll see what happens. But, and the scene that was really weird was like when Charlie got the fishing rod, and then it was like, oh, okay, now I get why that was introduced into the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But
whatever.
I don't know if that'll mean something or not. We'll see. Yeah.
All right, so Thomas has been noticeably absent, obviously, since his little escapade was discovered. But this week, I was kind of wondering how they were going to deal with this. This week, he was summoned to the Forrester ranch, or Forrester business, I should say, where the whole Forrester crew, plus Brooke and Carter, and I thought that was weird. It's like, but then I understood it. Carter's a legal beagle.
Well, and Brooke still also is part of the company.
True.
She works there.
That's true. Well, Terry,
too. So
when you say works there, you're putting that very loosely. Does anybody really work there?
I am.
All right,
I don't think so.
Yeah. Right.
No, they're in rooms doing all kinds of other things.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things. Most which do not involve work, by the way.
Yeah, right? Plenty of shenanigans.
Going on there. All right, so basically, it was kind of a good scene. It was all right, but it's the typical bold deal where he's getting lectured from everybody that's in the room, Thomas. And in the end, Ridge finally says, "Your days at Forrester are over," and fires him.
Yeah.
That surprised you?
No, but no, it didn't really surprise me. But what did surprise me was why was Taylor not there? because they clearly understand that he has mental health issues. Why wasn't she there to help him? Because of his past, why wasn't somebody there to catch him? Because he's going to go off the deep end.
Right.
And the other thing that I noticed clearly is that he really doesn't, I don't think he feels really that bad about it.
No.
I think he was, he was making excuses.
Yeah. Still
And
justifying
I thought,
it.
okay, he's going off the deep end.
Yeah.
But did you think that it was weird that Taylor wasn't there?
Yeah.
Or somebody.
Well, I didn't think
just-
of it, Terry, but now that you bring it up, I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely correct. I mean, why wouldn't she be there? You're right. Especially
Yes.
Mr. Sensitive, you'd think Ridge would have, made sure Taylor was there.
Yeah.
But evidently not.
Yeah, Mr. Sensitive.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
not.
No, that's very true. All right. So, dollar bills. Let's get into Dollar Bill Spencer. So Dollar Bill Spencer has struck out, which is, for him, and you and I have talked about this in the past, but, it's got to be hard on his ego. He struck out with Brooke, trying to reunite with her after the whole Ridge deal. And then after that didn't work out, then he's trying with Katie. Strikes out there as well. So he's been kind of, you and I talked about that last time. He's been reeling emotionally lately, but I still have to tell you, I'm still shocked at the next scene that we're going to talk about. I didn't anticipate that at all. All right. So next Sheila shows up.
Never seen that coming.
You didn't?
No, I didn't see
either.
that coming.
No, not at all. I was shocked.
With Bill and
Yeah, Sheila. So next, Sheila shows up at Steffi and Finn's house. Finn grabs Sheila. He ends up kind of tying her up and basically, we're going to call the police. You're going to end up in prison, da-da-da. That whole deal. Then all of a sudden somebody comes in the door.
Yeah.
And who is it? It's Dollar Bill Spencer. Wow. He comes to... And when I saw that, I think it was yesterday, I'm like, what? I mean, is he there to rescue her? I mean, I couldn't see any other reason why he'd be there.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he was. Today we found out. Right?
And
go ahead, dear.
That whole thing was just creepy and icky. I just, and he's not the dollar bill that was the forceful, mean guy. He was like, he had this weird talk and he's crying and then he's, hugging it. Oh man.
He's emotionally a wreck.
It was really super duper creepy.
Yeah.
I thought.
I agree.
And
I agree.
Of course,
but I have to tell you,
but wow.
It did the scene was really well acted, I thought. So Sheila basically, says Bill's here, da-da-da. And Bill, I thought, did a good job of explaining. Because I'm like, how are they going to build this storyline as to why and how Bill ended up with Sheila, of all people. And I thought that was well written and well acted.
The thing is, though, they still haven't explained how the two of them got together. Because I don't recall the two of them ever having much communication. No. But then I got to thinking about, remember how when Sheila was living with Deacon, how she kept saying she had access to all this money?
Mm-hmm.
That must have been Bill.
Oh, you think so? You think it goes back that far?
I do.
Wow. Okay.
I do.
I hadn't thought of that. That's good.
I don't know.
I wonder if they won't, if the writers won't end up kind of giving us some of that back information going forward here, how that all happened.
I think they'll have to. But you know what? I just thought of how they could have hooked up Il Giardino. You know, and especially after today, when the boy, Liam and, for crying out loud, Wyatt, because we never see him, we haven't seen him for a while.
No,
Liam and Wyatt digging around and find that wig.
Yeah.
That's okay. Now I get it. But
so do you think Dollar Bill brought her home?
Remember she kept slipping out? Yes, I do. I think
Bill
he brought
was
her
taking
home.
her. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Your mind is devious.
Brilliant.
That's funny.
Dang it, I should have been a detective.
You should have. And that's that makes all kinds of sense. That's how that would have happened too. Yeah. Good call there, Detective Knight.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll kind of see where that storyline is going to get interesting. My only comment is Dollar Bill has really, really gone off the rails. I mean, he's done stuff like this before, but not. This is crazy.
Yeah, this time it really is different, I think, because he's this weepy and then mean,
whiny.
and yet he's such a narcissist.
He is.
That, oh God, you're like, how are you thinking that it's poor you, Bill? You crapped on all of them.
Terry, the world revolves around Dollar Bill Spencer.
That's true. Okay.
He is true, like you said, though. He's a huge narcissist. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, do you have any other thoughts, Terry? We've
right.
had a couple of weeks. Any other storylines or thoughts before we get into predictions?
I'm really wondering what's going to happen with the whole Ridge thing. That's one thing I'm kind of wondering about, and I do think, and I had sort of thought that it might be Thomas that would hook up with Sheila.
Yeah, you had said that, I think.
But who knows?
Right.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to go off the rails, that's for sure. I think. But
okay.
Where and how?
Yeah, right. How
Not
that's
so
going to
sure
transpire. Yeah, we don't have much to go on at this point where they're going to go with that storyline. Mm-hmm. It'll become more clear in the next week, I believe.
Oh, do tell. Do you have a prediction?
Well, not so much on that one, but I do have a little bit of a spoiler alert and prediction on Ridge.
Okay.
All right. Cover your ears, people. Ridge and Brooke, it's going to come to light that something was screwed up at the courthouse with the annulment papers. And those two are still, it's going to come out here in the next week or so, those two are still legally married, Brooke and Ridge. And then that will, my prediction is that will push Ridge back to Brooke. Or maybe even more so, Brooke back to Ridge.
Mm-hmm. Well, that would certainly be an easy way out of that predicament, especially if Brooke wants to be back with Ridge. Then that will make it all easy. Oh, of course she does. And Taylor, what is she going to do about it? Nothing. Right. She can't.
Nothing.
But they won't be besties anymore.
That'll ruin their long-term relationship, friendship. That's like a week old, Terry.
Yeah, their long-term, exactly.
Their week-long
do you have another
BFF relationship. I would predict also. I don't know where they're going to go with the Sheila thing. I'm just not clear. Other than I will predict this. It's pretty obvious, but I will predict that Finn and Steffi are going to let Bill and Sheila leave. So then it's kind of like, now what? I mean, where are they going to go? What are they going to do? And this is the old, let's talk about this, because here's the thing. It's the old fallacy about people pressing charges. I mean, everybody always thinks that if I don't press charges, nothing's going to happen. There's going to be no criminal case. Well, that is a little bit of a fallacy because, truthfully, a prosecutor can charge without the victim's yay or nay on do they think somebody should be prosecuted. Okay. It matters only because a prosecutor, it's a lot easier to work with a cooperative victim that wants to pursue justice.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be. I've had cases over the years where, and sometimes it's a domestic mutual combat, situation. Nobody, they don't want the other one charged. Sometimes both ways that way. But it doesn't matter because the prosecutor is going to say, well, it's my job to make sure justice is administered. And so I'm going to prosecute it anyway. But this storyline is just kind of typical of police. How they're portrayed on soap operas and TV.
Not having it,
kind of,
right.
Yeah. Because, they're going to say, well, then we're not pursuing charges.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. And why, if there's been a crime and there was, something that could possibly be,
right,
then it makes sense. Regardless of whether the victim says, "Oh, that's okay. I don't mind. You can beat the crap out of me. It's okay."
Which happens.
So that makes sense. Oh, yeah.
But Detective Baker, the way they're going to play, and I will predict the way they're going to play this thing out is your favorite detective, now Chief of Police Baker, will come and interview Steffi and Finn, and they'll say, well, we're not prosecuting or we're not pressing charges. And then the police will say, oh, okay, then, that's just not reality, but that's how they'll play this thing out, I think.
That would be really disappointing because that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it really, truly doesn't make any sense.
The way it does make sense is that she would be a free woman and she'd be free to become nutso again and, kind of continue with her crazy ways and do it out. You know what I mean? She can do it out in public. She's not having to hide in somebody's apartment.
Right.
That's the only thing. But yes, I know what you're saying.
But and that and I get that with the storyline to keep her going, but it's a little bit irritating. Just because I enjoy her character. It's great, but after a while it's okay. And especially this recent stuff is just creepy.
Yeah. I agree.
Bill in particular. And what I thought was going to happen is that she was going to have Lee and Hayes, because remember they said that the two of them, Finn and Steffi, had the night to themselves. The kids were gone, and Hayes was with Lee. And I thought that's where Sheila was going to go. She'd have both Lee and Hayes and kidnap them. And that didn't happen, which was kind of interesting that they pulled the Bill thing on it.
I read...
I don't know if I like that storyline or not. But
yeah, I know. I'm with you. I did read or hear somewhere, though, that we might find out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We might find out that...
Yeah.
What's the baby's name again?
Hayes.
That Hayes is already gone. That she's arranged... That Bill already grabbed the kid out of the house. That when they leave, they go back into the bedroom to find that Hayes is gone. We'll see.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I think that's a possible prediction.
Okay. Well,
Because I agree with you, Terry. You've been predicting all along, and I still think you're right. I think Sheila is, before she dodges out of there, out of town, or does anything more, I agree with you. I think she's going to grab Hayes.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yep. Because then she'll have him no matter what. They're not going to do anything. So, yeah, then they'll be begging her for access to their son. Ugh.
Isn't that gross?
Ew, that's so creepy. Yeah. But yes, very. What's interesting is what are Liam and Wyatt going to do with the information that they have? I'm curious to see what will happen with that. But
do you have a prediction there, Terry?
I do for Thomas. Okay. I think Thomas is going to go completely off the rails. And I think he is going to take Hope and Thomas. Hope and Thomas. I think he's going to take them. And Liam's going to be out of his mind. Yeah. I think because she was so adamant, and she's going to go after custody, full custody. I believe that. But I think Steffi's got too much to worry about with her stuff. Mm-hmm. So Thomas is, that's my prediction.
Awesome.
That's all I got, because it's just so weird.
Well, and you said it earlier, Terry. The thing of it is, it's not real clear where this is. Many times you and I are about 97% accurate on kind of knowing in predicting where the storyline is going.
Yeah.
I'm lost right now in terms of having real good ideas on where the Sheila Bill thing goes forward from here.
Yeah. And where's Deacon?
Yeah.
Did he actually go to Italy? No. He could never get on a plane.
Right.
Well,
that was all
of course,
farce.
that would be in the real world.
Yeah. Not the soap opera world.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I had one other quick observation.
Yes.
Yeah. I had one other quick observation, and that is that if you look at the CBS Bold and Beautiful homepage, you can pull up the cast members, and they got nice pictures of everybody, of course, and you've seen it, I'm sure. But anyway, my observation this week is that they've pulled a lot of actors down off of that are current cast members. So that's interesting. And I didn't write any of them down. It was just an observation I made as to who. There was people that I thought, wow, well, they haven't been off the show that long, and their photos already been removed. So
wow. Interesting. Okay.
We might have to hash on that next time a little bit. All right, Terry.
All right.
That's enough for today. Right. My head hurts.
Ooh, I think so.
All right. Until we dish again.
Keep it sudsy.
Hey, we're out.